So now we know who we're going to open up the campaign up against. It is Charlton at home, but we still don't know if we're going to get any new Rovers on board. So now I'm going to try and bring you up with a brand new, squeaky clean Blackburn Rovers roundup. That's right, folks, back once again with another transfer update just for you Blackburn Rovers fans. That is all I've got for you right in this video. If you're new to the channel, that's right, folks, back once again with another video, but this time we are taking a look at Blackburn Rovers only in our exclusive transfer update, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, whoa, football related, all here under one roof. Now, before we jump into my bit of a roundup with the old transfer rumours, I just want to bring the attention to this bad boys. Bear with me. That's right, folks. I am still on the lookout for Blackburn Rovers fans to join in with the drama next season. That's right. Obviously, if you were aware of what went on the channel last time out, I match previewed and reviewed all the Blackburn Rovers games, but I had opposition fan input. But what I'm going to try and do this time is have opposition fan input, my input, and I want another Blackburn Rovers fan input, boys. Because now some of you guys have been in touch, and I'll get in touch with you guys once again in a couple of days once we've kind of sorted everything out a little bit. Maybe probably start next week, and then we'll get the ball rolling. I've had to create some sort of check sheet for you all to fill out and get things going. But again, if you are a Rovers fan and you're thinking, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting involved in that, then stick a comment in the old chat section down below, or head over to the old Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at Roverseas. And then get mentioning and chat amongst me there, and then we'll get things going. But anyway, let's get cracking and take a little look at some of the rumours going around for Rovers players right now. Actually, okay, folks, let's kick it all off with some of the players that have been linked to coming into Ewood Park for Blackburn Rovers in the past week or two. We're going to kick it off with a bit of an unusual one, and his name is John Mccracken. That's right, he's a young goalkeeper on the books at Norwich, and that's what baffles me, is because before the get-go, before the start of this new, the pre-season, all that, the gaffer had expressed an interest in saying we need to bring in an experienced keeper to give David Raya some competition. Now, this guy does not fit that bill. He does not fit that bill. And on the flip side, the Canadian, Loutweiler, has been offered a new deal as well to stick around. So, right, if this was to come true, that would us to have 4 keepers on the books, and that, my friends, it's not right. It's not right. So that means maybe Fisher's going to go out on loan again, which I probably expect. And then the Loutweiler should move on. Or will he? But then that would leave us with 2 youngish keepers with David Raya and John Mccracken, and I don't think that's not what he was been harping on about before the start of the pre-season. He was going on about experienced keeper to push David Raya, the likes of Scott Carson perhaps, the likes of Frankie Fielding perhaps, or Wes Fotheringham. But this guy, it kind of makes me think that maybe, just maybe, David Raya could be on his way out, but that is just my little, I'm putting 2 and 2 together, coming up with 6 right now. But anyway, that's the latest rumour, one of the latest rumours at the minute. Hibs and Newcastle also interested in this young keeper as well. Moving on is this fella. No, it's not coming in. Patrick Bauer has joined Preston. That deal is completed, and this one is very, very frustrating. We've been tracking Bauer since last season, all the way through, waiting for his contract situation to probably run out, then maybe try and pick him up on a free, but in come Preston with a bit more money, and he's gone. He's only gone and flipping done it. Gone over to the Northwest rivals, Preston, the Knobbers. So yeah, he's gone. But one player who could be coming in is this fella, Grant Hanley. Yes, we all know him very, very well. Ex-skipper, currently on the books at Norwich. And he's been, I'm not saying he's first choice. He definitely wasn't first choice at Norwich. But he's been in successive promotion campaigns. Norwich last time out, Newcastle the season before, and again he wasn't getting much game time last season. But he did captain the Norwich for some portions of some seasons. I don't know if it was last season or not. But anyway, I did ask the fans as well over on Twitter, and the majority of the fans said yes, we want Grant Hanley back. But yeah, if you didn't catch that tweet over on Twitter, what do you think? Stick your own comments in the old chat section down there below, and tell me what you think. Should Grant Hanley come back on loan, perhaps? I'm sure he's on funny money as well. You know, he did leave us supposedly to join a good side in Newcastle, but that never panned out, and he ended up back at Norwich, or back at in Norwich. So yeah. Obviously, for me, I think it's a no-brainer. We need flipping defenders, and right now, all I'm seeing on the rumours and things like that is midfielders, and we'll talk about midfielders in a minute. In fact, we're going to go there right here, right now. So speaking of midfielders, the latest we've been linked with is this fella. His name is Brandon O'Neill. He plays over for Sydney FC, Down Under. Now, when this came out the other day, originally I thought, you know what, nah, stick it, shove it. I ain't interested. But then I, slept on it a little bit, thought about it. I did looked him up a little bit. Okay, he ain't no spring chicken. He's around about 26, 25, 26. And you know what? You take a look at Aaron Moy, for example. He came in from Australia. I think he went to Man City. They couldn't find a place for him, and he went out on loan to Huddersfield, and he ripped up the Championship. Absolutely ripped up the Championship. We've been quoted at 350,000 for this fella, defensive midfielder. Him alongside Lewis Travis could be the answer. I think he's an Australian international. We've got some good records with some Australian fellas. We've also got a bit of shady records as well with Vince Grella. But Brett Emerton springs to mind. Lucas Neal he's a little bit tainted. Robbie Slater back in the day, Championship Premier League winner. I'm all for this guy. 350,000 compared to some of the other deals mooted around. This could be a bit of a bargain, bit of a shrewd bit of business. But we are facing a bit of competition. I think Bristol City are linked with him and some other clubs as well. But for me, this is a big tick in the box, and hopefully that comes through. Also, these three names are not going away anytime fast, and it's a little bit worrying. But as you can see on this graphic here, all three of them over 32 at least, 32, 33, 34, maybe even more than that, I don't know. But they've all got 70s according to Foothead. Now, one thing that does baffle me is that they're all midfielders, but they're all different styles of midfielders. We have Glen Whelan here who was on the books at Aston Villa last season, defensive midfielder. Him or Brandon O'Neill, I suspect will be coming in one of those two. Then you have Downing who could play on the wing. And then we have James Morrison, currently or formerly on the books at West Brom, could play as an attacking midfielder as well. All internationals, or all represented their country as well. So these are guys that have been there, seen that, and done it. Now, again, it doesn't give me thrills to look at these guys, but they could be okay. They could be okay. I think the Glen Whelan, if it is a choice, I'll take Brandon O'Neill. I'd give Whelan a miss. And the other two, I'm not too sure. I think Downing, I looked at some of his stats the other day. He's not too shabby. He did all right for Middlesbrough last season. But can he go again for another year? Can he go again with working with what Mowbray's got already? I know he knows him from his Middlesbrough days and all that kind of stuff. Same deal with James Morrison. He knows the players. I'm just worried about the wages. I'm just worried about, look at the pace of Morrison. He's down 58. Downing's still up there with a 66, but that's according to Foothead anyway. But these three are not going away. And I did read a tweet. Some guy out there posted that we are like 7-2 on to sign Downing. So that one looks like it could be coming through the door pretty quick. And also, rumour about the Grant Hanley deal could be done and dusted as early as this weekend. So hopefully next week I'll have more of a clear indication of what's going on with my Rovers roundup. Now, what have I got for you now? Now I'm talking about some players that could be going out. Yep, it is this fella, Bradleyus Dakarus. Constantly linked with teams, and now the newly promoted boys from the Championship, Sheffield United and Aston Villa, have been linked with him. £8 million was quoted, which is absolutely stupid. I can't believe that sort of funny money that's nonsense. Should be double that at least, the very, very least. So hopefully the gaffer tells him where to shove it. To be honest with you, and I had a chat with a Preston North End guy because he was kind of rubbing in about the Bauer situation. I had a chat with him about it, and he was like, "Oh, what's going to happen with Bradley Dack?" To be honest with you, if Dack has got any morals or any sort of pride about himself, he's got to give Mowbray at least another year, one more year, to show him what he's got. I'm sure, just look at his off-the-field dramas he had last season, going to court. Mowbray had his back. Surely Dak can pay him a favour and say, you know what, I'll give you this year. You know, we'll see how well we can go. If we can push up towards the playoffs, maybe, just maybe. You never know. So you know, and I think Dak is one of those. You know, I know he's not the youngest. He's mid-20s now, and he needs to be making this season is now or never for him in the Blackburn Rovers jersey. If we can't get up there this season, I'm sure he's going to be packing his bags. In the summer, maybe even January. If we're having such a shit show, he may make the move in January. And you know, I think if we could hold off to January, I'm sure we could get some good money for it as well. A lot of teams, such as Villa and Sheffield United, could be struggling when the transfer window opens up again in January, and they'll be looking to pay double the money, especially the ridiculous £8 million. Also, Sheffield United just can't go away at the moment. They are linked with Darragh Lenihan. Now, again, absolutely ridiculous one. This is a deal that should not even be thought about, because to be honest with you, I'd rather have Lenihan than Dak right now. I think because our situation with our defence has been like this for 5 or 6 years. We've not had a decent centre back pairing forever. Hanley was decent back in the day. I don't know if he's going to be able to cut it this time round, but Lenihan for me is a phenomenal. I think he's future captain right now. I don't know, he could even be skipper next time out. He captained the club a little bit last season towards the tail end when Mulgrew was not in reckoning. Bennett, I think, was suspended or something, or injured or something like that. But I think, you know, give Lenihan the armband. He's just got married. He's having a good old shindig right now over wherever he is in Spain or something. Let him come back refreshed, mature man. Stick him in the heart of our defence alongside somebody new, perhaps somebody experienced as well. And we could do bits with him in the heart of our defence. Sheffield United could do one unless they offer us £10 million. And that's the going rate right now. Look at Webster at Bristol City or wherever he is, you know, and some other defenders. Getting ridiculous monies, and we should be getting that as well, because Lenihan is an absolute monster, and I think he deserves either, you know, to be wearing the captain's armband, or, you know, if he's going to move on, we need to be getting a good deal for it. And that, my friends, is what I've got for you. I'm afraid that's all that's been going. It's been pretty quiet, but I believe either next week or the week after, it should pick up full tempo. Obviously, at the end of the month, end of June, a lot of the contracts expire officially, so clubs are scrambling around for these free transfers and getting them done and dusted. I think I checked, I think there's only been about 10 completed deals, 10, 12 complete deals in the Championship. The rest are all rumours and, you know, just waiting for that initial domino transfer to start everything rolling in the right direction. But anyway, before I bounce out again, I'm asking for you guys as Rovers fans, if you are interested in coming on board and helping with some content next season in the match previews and the match reviews, get involved, whether it's in the comment section down below, or if you can follow me over on Twitter, give me a message and say, hey, get me involved. I want to be one of your little guest speakers and all that kind of stuff, because it'll be great to have another point of view. Speaking of what else is going on over in the channel over in the summer, I'm going to have my brand new fantasy football league. It's going to be open to everybody. There's going to be a code on there. Weekly prizes. Did I say weekly? I mean monthly prizes. Woohoo! There's going to be weekly videos to support this, obviously, to kind of give you some pointers and maybe some players that you should be putting into your team. We'll do a league update sort of thing on the video. So get involved. I'll put a code out and I'll do a video for it. I think it's in the middle of July 15th or something like that. That's when the fantasy opens up again. Also want to bring your attention to the Patreon. Once again, I am opening up the perks and privileges a little bit more. There's going to be some more content for you if you want to get involved. Details are here on the screen. I'm not going to ramble it on because I'm losing you. I'm losing your attention right now. Also, I want to bring your attention to what's going on into the new season. In September, I'm going to be doing live predictions for the Champions League, the Premier League, and the Championship, match day by match day, live on YouTube. So make sure you stick around. Hopefully, I'll be able to do it at a reasonable hour for you guys based in the UK. And speaking of live, I am currently going live throughout the month of June and July for the 3 international tournaments up here: CONCACAF Gold Cup, the Copa America, and the African Cup of Nations. If you're interested, stop by. It is around about noon UK time most days. And speaking of going live, we'll be going live on Twitch in September again for live match reaction. Consider them the Blackburn Rovers watch-alongs, and that's going to be taking place in September, because I've got a little bit of a rough start to the new season. I'm going to be out and about, so I can't be doing that. But anyway, that's all I've got for you today, folks. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. But if you do, smash the subscribe. I'm going to try and bring you more Blackburn Rovers content over the next few weeks. In fact, I'm going to bring you a lot more championship content in the next few weeks as I start my team-by-team previews, boys and girls, as we now know who we're going to be up against first and foremost. Hopefully, we're going to get over the line some deals as well in the next 10 days, because if so, it's going to start to get a little bit nervy. We've already lost out on Patrick Bauer. Are we going to lose out on Grant Hanley? Are we going to lose out on anyone else? We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, until then, thumbs up, subscribe. Ciao for now. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date. All things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.